Howdy doody everybody, I hope you're doing well. In today's video we're talking about some amazing skills. These are ones that I wish I knew about earlier so that I could have put them on my builds before I started building them. So I'm going to tell you about them so you don't need to go through the pain and anguish and all the salt in my system that I did. And these are some really good skills that you're going to definitely want to consider. So if you do like the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're growing this lovely community and we're trying to hit that 30k sub goal, so definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Let's get into the first skill. So the first skill is Protective Mask. This was actually sent in by somebody on Twitter. Shout out to whoever that was, I can't remember the name at the moment. But this skill grants status immunity to all attacks, and this is a 2-cost kinship skill and it comes from Ash Ketchawatcher. So this is an amazing ability. This means that you don't need to have the negate elements XL on those, the panacea XLs, or even any of the other XL kind of anti-status genes such as anti-sleep or anti-paralysis. You can literally have this and cast it for 2, which you should have bar of any time because 2 kinship is basically nothing. This is a nutty skill for not only cost but for the effect that it actually has on the monster and the actual execution of it. So definitely consider this for your build if you haven't. Again, you get this from Ash Ketchawatcher. I was surprised that this is actually in the game, but definitely up there for skills that I am going to put on my monster and maybe drop the other anti-status stuff. But that is the first skill, so let's jump on to the next one. So I'm being a bit cheeky here. This isn't one skill in particular, but a type of skill. These are the Avenge skills, so Avenge Ice Drill or Vengeful Thunder. These ones are some amazing skills that allow you to essentially get mass damage, a load of damage while on low health, and not only that, they have a very high chance to inflict a status attack. I think it's almost 100% because the actual skill description of it says just straight up inflicts. So I think it is actually 100%, but I didn't want to just say 100% and confirm that, but maybe the comments can. But this one has like paralysis on one of them, which is Vengeful Thunder. It's got Skill Seal on Vengeful Ice Drill, and there are different variations of the skill out there, so definitely check this out if you haven't, because this is an amazing ability, an amazing ability type. This is one that you can use on one-shot builds or just do mass damage. If you're playing PvE, you can throw this on your monster and they're going to go constantly do it and just get crazy damage and the status off at the same time. And Skill Seal is nothing to shy away from or to blink at or to snuff at. This is an amazing ability in PvE and PvP because it just shuts down monsters and their abilities. So definitely consider this one for your build as well. I would say in PvP this is chef's kiss, so definitely one that I have a lot on my builds. So let's go on to the next ability. So this is one that a load of people have been using for a long time, but I didn't put respect on the name because there are so many different ones that do this kind of thing, and these are the abilities that kind of amplify or increase your damage threshold by increasing like your damage and all of that stuff. So we're going to talk about Pump Up now, and this is a Devil Joe skill. So if you want this skill, all you have to do is just farm out some Devil Joes, and it's just that innate skill that you have on your Devil Joe. You can just grab it from there, but this gives you a 75% damage increase. What? 75% damage increase, and I found that this one just does it better because it says like boost attack greatly. There's a lot of skills out there that are boost elemental attack, so I'm guessing that just boosts the portion. So amplify, I think, is boost your elemental attack. I'm not actually too sure, but I know when it comes to Pump Up just does way more damage than most of the other buffs that I've seen in the game. If there's any other buffs out there that people have found out that do it better, then let me know. But for now, Pump Up is my go-to one. I think the only thing is, like, some of the ones where it's like Pump Up or Amplify skills don't have the cosmetic change, and I know a load of people want the cosmetic change on their actual monsters once they do these abilities as well. So that might be a breaking point for you, and it certainly is for me on some of the abilities. Like I would rather put like Ultra Voltage on like Zenogre or something like that, so they can look like Sparky Boy rather than have an ability like that. So let's jump into the next skill, but Pump Up, very spicy. So the second to last gene is a PvP focused ability, and these ones allow you to strike before the enemy. This is an amazing skill for PvP because if an enemy's on low health and they're about to throw a potion, you can use this ability just to snatch up that skill. They'll be like, oh, I'm going to drink my juice. And you just come along and just like, no, not today, my son, and get that heart. It's an amazing ability. Definitely consider it. And it's definitely one that I use to kind of just really snatch this kills off. And I feel like it's coming more apparent in PvP and more people are putting this on their skills as well. If you use Harmony in conjunction with this, which reduces kinship cost, you can essentially reduce it to about the 15 threshold, which in PvP means that you can swap to this monster that has it on and do it instantly without them having to build any kinship, which is actually nuts as soon as the matches started, which is amazing. These abilities are found on like Rajang and Kushala, and I think one of them is found on another monster, one of the kind of smaller monster, earlier game monsters like the Jaggies or the Baggies. I can't remember which one it is, but definitely keep a lookout for them because they are of a particular type, and one comes in like power, technical, and speed, so you have your choice across the board. But they're called Sonic and Head Start genes, so keep a lookout for those if you haven't seen them around yet. But onto the last gene. So the last one that you're going to really want to consider for your builds are the high crit chance moves. So these are the moves like Runa Strike from Nergigante or Killer Tackle. These are moves that have a disgustingly high chance to crit, and if you know anything about crit in this game, it does some crazy damage. So if you've seen screenshots of people posting some crazy numbers that you're like, how are they even hitting that hard, it's probably because they're using one of these abilities. So definitely consider putting these onto your monsters because the crit damage in this game is basically double. If you combine that with skills that cause bleeding, or if you combine that with pump up, you're basically one-shotting enemies in PvP, or you are doing crazy damage in PvE. So these are both useful for both, so definitely make sure that you put these on your monsters, and these are kind of like my go-to moves and some staple moves that I go and put on any of like my higher critter monsters like Kirin or the Palamute or Zenoga and stuff like that. These are some great monsters that it really fits on well. But that is the end of the video. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you found out some nice skills to use on your builds. You guys can suggest some ones that I don't even know about, or the ones that you've been really finding useful. Like, let me know what you guys have been using, if there's any spicy skills that you don't think people are using all that much, underrated skills, and maybe your suggestion might make it in the next video and you'll get a lovely shout out. You guys can tell me what you've been building as well, but I spent yesterday building a Gammoth just for it to not work out. That was meant to be today's video. I was trying to build a tanky Gammoth for PvP and it didn't work out. Has anyone got some sick Gammoth build out there for me? Let me know. Anyway guys, thank you for watching the video, and bye bye.